Hello, everybody. This is here from Twitter, and we are live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. The December live Q&A, and I'm here in Prague. You gentlemen.
Hello, this is Tad. I'm the drummer of Twitter, and I'm in Budapest.
And I'm Hans, and I'm in Tvöre, in the Faroe Islands.
And Hans has just 1 hour off from work, so he's outside the fishing packing plant or whatever fish factory, whatever it is. And so you're very lucky to catch him. Gunnar may be joining us later, but probably not. So hopefully we will be able to entertain you without him. So we have here on YouTube Eddie. Hello, Eddie. Always good to have you with us. Jack Ryan, thanks for being here. And Poolla Sanchez says hello. So what we are here to do is answer your questions. So if you have any, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter or Twitch, write your questions, and we would see if we can answer them. All right, some stuff coming in here. Let me see. Here we go. Here's the question. Let me get it on screen. Stine Helen Skar asks, she's probably Danish. Between the four of you, how many languages do you speak? That's a very interesting question. Thaddeus, how many languages do you speak?
I speak 4-ish.
And they are?
Well, German, Hungarian, English. I speak a little French. Yeah, that's more or less it. I mean, I used to learn Russian and Norwegian and Faroese, but I'm not on that level yet to say that.
So we count Hungarian, German, English, and French for you.
Yeah.
Hans, which languages do you speak?
Danish, Faroese, and English.
So there's one overlap that adds 2 languages. I speak Icelandic. Faroese is already counted. Danish is already counted. Norwegian. Some German is already counted. I suppose I could get by in Swedish. I would hate to be put to the test by a native Swede. But I'm going to say I could get by in Swedish. So we have 10 languages. We speak 10 languages between us. If we added Gunnar, that would still only be Faroese, Danish, Norwegian, and English. So it's all overlap. The answer is 10.
Can you guys hear the car?
Nope.
No, your audio is good.
Okay, good.
I don't hear the car.
Great.
So you're outside the factory in your car on your break?
Yeah.
What do you usually do in a coffee break?
Cigarette, eat something, and chill.
So are you going to have time to eat anything?
No, but it's not a
food
break. So
glad you could join us.
Doesn't matter.
Here we go. Here's a question from Karol on YouTube. Shaved Hans and Bearded Heri. Nice one. Guys, do you have a favorite car brand? Mine are Volvo and Audi. I have a Mazda at the moment, and I'm very pleased with it. It's not the fanciest car, but it's extraordinarily reliable and durable. So I suppose that's my favorite.
I am absolutely not a car buff, so no, not really. I don't own a car. I was never interested in cars. I mean, I like the designs from the 50s and 60s, that stuff, but only the aesthetics of it. Cars are just not for me, but Hans, I think he's going to tell you some more about that.
Yeah, I can show you around my car.
Yes, please, let's see it.
So I love Mercedes cars. I do not have one, but I hopefully will one day. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not that much into cars either.
But you own like 2 or 3, no?
My parents do.
Ah,
What car do you have?
It's a Honda. Or
Nice.
2 Hondas.
Jack has a good comment here. Don't forget the language of music, the most favorite one.
true.
Let's add that to our list. 11.
11.
I'm sorry, my Spanish is not good enough to read a question in Spanish. Richard Grishaw, when can we look for a new album to drop? First, there is the live symphonic show release.
Yes.
And that will be announced very soon. It's a matter of months only, and that will be out. After that, we are going to release a completely brand new album, studio album, and it will take months. Guessing precisely when it'll be right now would be irresponsible of me. And even if I knew when, I probably couldn't tell you. So there will be a new album.
Soon.
We're working on it. Can't say when. Stay tuned. That's all I can say. Jack is with Tadeus on cars, not really his thing. Honestly, I'm really not a car person either. I just mentioned which car I have. I was never into cars. I know almost nothing about cars. I don't recognize a brand of car by looking at it. So, no. Willem van der Hoofd, you guys like sports as a fan. I was very excited yesterday about the chess match between Jan Nepomuk, whatever, doesn't remember is the meaning of the name, and Jan Magnus Carlsen from Norway. So I really like chess. If you call that a sport, I suppose it is called a sport. Apart from that, rowing, running. I do watch football every now and then when the Faroes are playing, I don't know, Russia or Germany. Although I'm not a huge football guy. So, you gentlemen?
I hardly ever watch any kind of sports. I mean, I love sports. I do some martial arts. I was fencing for quite a long time. All kinds of horse related sports. Yeah, but not really one for watching sports. Sometimes football, yes, but really only when the European or
when the Faroes are playing
World
Germany,
Championship,
right?
of course, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, when the Faroes are playing, then that's
who are you
that
rooting
has to be
for?
watched.
Faroes versus Germany.
Oh well, I mean, obviously the Faroes guys, because I mean Germany, they won so many times. It's fine to give the others a chance sometimes.
Good, yes.
Yeah,
Hans?
I watched some matches from the Premier League. Been a Manchester United fan for as long as I can remember, and then when the World Cup is, I watched that, and the European too. But I would not say I'm a huge sports fan, no. But it's fun sometimes.
Fair enough. Well, it's always interesting to see international level athletes, I think, no matter what it is. Jan Barlow asks, do you listen to any other thrash metal bands besides Testament? How about Annihilator? A couple of relatively new bands, Savage Messiah and Reign of Fury, have a great melody. I've never listened to Savage Messiah or Reign of Fury. I do enjoy Testament, and I used to like Annihilator, but I don't think I've listened to any recent albums by Annihilator. There were the 2 albums, Alice in Hell, and the one that came after that, that I remember. Then I completely got off the Annihilator track. Testament, yeah, I listened to their old stuff and some of their new stuff since Skolnick joined again, and I like it a lot. Apart from that, probably nothing.
Testament, yeah, some of the older stuff from the 90s. Annihilator, or how you say it correctly, Anal Eater. Yeah, well, I listened to a few songs, and I remember that we were playing at a festival with them in Denmark like 5 years ago, and you and I watched them here. That was a good show.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
It was.
Anything else? I mean, is Metallica still considered thrash metal, Hans?
I
Yes.
think Metallica's just
It is.
Metallica.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
well, I think Metallica is yeah, and some Anthrax maybe, yeah, good stuff. But I don't know Savage Messiah or Reign of Fury. I mean, I heard the names, but never listened to their music.
I love the newer stuff by Testament. I have never gotten into the older stuff, and I am a huge fan of Creator, one of my favorite bands.
Same for Gunnar,
Especially since the Violent Revolution albums. All the albums since then have been amazing, in my opinion.
Phantom Antichrist, that is a great album.
That was the album that got me into them.
Very good stuff.
Huge inspiration for me.
From Creator, I only remember Extreme Aggression. I think that's probably the only album I really heard, and that was only because Gunnar was listening to it all the time. It didn't really catch my attention. But that's a long time ago, a very long time ago.
Yeah, for Creator, I think the production they have now suited them very well. I just can't get into the bad sound quality of the older records, and I love that it's more melodic now. It's very cool.
I remember back in the 90s, 93, 94, one of my brothers, he was way into Coma of Souls by Creator.
Yeah.
And I mean, he showed me some magnificent bands, but back then, when I was 10 or 11, Coma of Souls, that was just not for me. I hated that album so much, but I should give it another listen nowadays, I think.
Here's one. Wounded Outlaw from Twitch asks, do you ever tour in the United States? I'd give anything to see you guys live. Yes, we tour in the United States a lot. It's probably the country we've toured in the most. And when were we there last, Tadeusz?
2019 with Demons and Wizards.
True. As soon as it's possible to tour again, we will be back, and you will certainly get a chance to see us there. You should go to bandsintown.com/tier and track us there, or you could go to tier.fo and sign up for the newsletter at the bottom of the front page, and you will be notified when we are touring in your area. So yes, we do tour the US, and we are going to tour the US again, most definitely. Here's a good question, also from Jan Barlow. Have you guys had a chance to listen to the new Dream Theater album? I'm curious to know your thoughts.
Well, you're in luck.
You are. Actually, we have the Tiercast that comes out when we have time to make it on the 7th and the 22nd of each month at 5 p.m. on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/tierband. And our most recent Tiercast that comes out on the 7th, that is in 3 days, is a review of the new Dream Theater album. So you in luck, and we have a full review of that album and about 45 minutes talking about nothing else. So you'll definitely know what we think. So I don't think we'll say more about that right now. It'll be kind of a waste of time.
Nope.
Simple and direct answer question here from Poolla Sanchez. What is your favorite album?
Ever or tweer or well, I guess
ever.
Ever. I mean, that's a very, very difficult question, but I guess I always go with the Painkiller by Judas Priest. Yeah, one of the best ones.
Yeah, for me, probably Rust in Peace by Megadeth, Master of Puppets by Metallica, and Appetite for Destruction.
Album, single,
one.
Pick one of them.
Oh, it says album.
Pick one.
I guess Master of Puppets.
Master of Puppets it is. I have many albums I go back and forth between, but sometimes I mention the Final Cut by Pink Floyd, but sometimes I feel a bit more metal-y, and I guess Dehumanizer by Black Sabbath.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That was my favorite album for a long time, and if I'm in the right mood, it could be again. Here's an embarrassing question from Brittany Armstrong on Facebook. Why don't you guys perform shows without shirts on anymore? It's because, Brittany, I got fat, or at least a bit chubby, and definitely out of shape, and I don't feel so comfortable showing my torso anymore. So if I ever get back in shape, maybe I'll take my shirt off.
Oh, we will. We will get there.
I hope so.
You just watch.
Nicholas, do you have any plans to go on tour in the US? Yes, is the answer to that question. Catholic Beard Reviews. What's your favorite guitar brand? I'm using Ragnarok guitars now. It's very good. Handmade Swedish-Hungarian brand. And I can only recommend it. Ragnarok guitars. Before that, I've used the Bjarnarstein, Faroese handmade brand as well. And before that, I was on Ibanez guitars. And those are, they have decades of development and experience. And those are some of the most playable guitars I've ever touched, honestly.
ESP, I guess.
Yeah, I think actually they're very similar to Ibanez.
Yeah.
I own a Dovina acoustic guitar. That's a Slovakian brand, but it's nice. And Warwick 5-string bass. That's a very nice instrument as well.
Francesco Martinez, new album?
Yes.
Yes, Francesco, yes. Willem van der Hoofd asks, full contact chess, or that's not a question. That would be a nice game, yes. Here's a funny question from YouTube. Hello, mates. Do you answer Facebook questions or YouTube? We are live right now on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Twitch. And if you put a question to any of those platforms, I can see it in my interaction surface here on StreamYard. And it doesn't matter where the questions come from. I can see them all. So write your questions or comments. And don't worry if you're on YouTube or Facebook. So many comments and repeated questions. Let's just keep this on for now. Laurie Rizzo says, come to Myrtle Beach. Does anyone know where Myrtle Beach is?
No.
I have no clue.
Enlighten us, Laurie. But
usually
if we know where it is.
when people mention a place without mentioning the country, it is the U.S.
US.
It's like when you're the first one to invent something, say the internet. You don't have to have a .us, you just have .com. So I'm guessing Myrtle Beach is in the U.S. and we're going to come to the U.S., but we cannot come to every small village or even medium-sized village. We're going to have to ask you to put some travel into it as well and come to the show nearest you, and that's the best we can do. Here's one unusual. Jesse Gallo asks, what would be your ideal holiday, and would it be a solo experience, or would you take a group of people or family with you?
Good question.
My ideal holiday would be in, say, Istanbul with only me and Gunnar. The nerdiest place you can imagine, or say some place like Florida, where they shoot up the rockets, and take Gunnar with me, and being nerding about that for 14 days.
Fort
nice.
Lauderdale, isn't it?
I don't remember. Maybe it is.
I think. Yeah. Hans?
I don't really know. Somewhere warm and
like Torshavn?
most likely, yeah. A beach. I love to swim in the ocean. That would be very nice. It's just too cold here in the Faroe Islands.
Lake Baikal. Never been there. Around Irkutsk. That they say it's beautiful. I would love to see that for myself. I would love to see Galapagos Islands. And to be honest, 70,000 tons of metal feels like an ideal holiday as well. So
true.
Would be nice to be back there.
Some of the best trips we've ever made, honestly.
Yeah.
Here's another one from Stine Helen Skar. She's Norwegian, apparently. Will you be coming back to Midgardsblot at all? That, I'm afraid, is up to the people at the festival. We would go back in the blink of an eye if they asked us, honestly. Yeah. It was a great festival.
Absolutely. Try to tell them to book us. It might help.
Here's a good one from Matt Frank. The statue inlay of our love, coincidence that it looks like Angelina Jolie. It was yeah, maybe it does. Now that you mention it, it was done on green screen. So they had a plan before they started to shoot it, but we didn't have much input in that plan directly. So they may have sent us some pictures, and usually we just say, yeah, that looks great, go ahead. And which person they modeled the statue after, it might be Angelina Jolie. I have no idea. It might be interesting to ask them. But honestly, I haven't talked to them since we made the video. We went there. It was arranged by our manager at the time, and we had no contact to them ourselves. Donston asks, Land is my favorite song by you guys. Any chance you'll play it when you swing down to Australia? Good that you point out to the general public that we are coming to Australia, because we are in November, October next year.
October
Next year. Yeah. So you can see everything at tier.fo/shows. So there's a poll on our official Facebook group, the Great Heathen Army, and we ask people what songs they like to hear live. And unfortunately, Land is very, very low on that list. So it's not likely we're going to play a song that takes the time of 5 songs when not enough people want to hear it. So I'm afraid that's hard negative. But we will be playing some other songs, not all of which I think you will hate. Here's one from Rob something, Dietrich. If only had one food to eat on tour, what would it be? Like one group of food or one food precisely? It's hard to...
Well, I guess one food precisely.
If I had to choose only one thing, I would eat beef and nothing else. Red meat.
I don't know. I really don't know. Hummus. Yeah.
Can you survive on that? Wouldn't your teeth fall out and your skin turn yellow?
Well, I have the same question about beef. Only beef.
I think you can survive that pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd spend most of your day on the can.
Do that anyway when I'm on tour. Getting away from you guys and playing Tetris. Hans?
I guess bread with cheese.
That's 2 foods.
Those are 2 foods. Those are 2 foods. You
shut up. It's one.
Bread with cheese is 1 food.
Okay.
At least in Famian.
I have no idea other than that.
Kvart asks on YouTube, which will be the first country where you'll gig after the pandemic restrictions end? Looks at the moment, well, our next gig is in the Faroes, but after that, Denmark, Norway, UK. So, and of course, there's still the pandemic is still going on, apparently. So if all the restrictions were lifted, the first thing we would do would be to have a tour arranged in all of Europe and North America as well.
Yeah,
and that would include a lot of countries. Dieter van de Ven, what do you think about your last album? I think it was okay. It was not our best album.
It was quite a milestone for me because it was the first album with DeWitte for me. I really liked the drum recordings, quite intense stuff, especially the environment where we recorded it in Denmark, Ribe. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Hans, what do you think about our last album?
It's terrible.
Choose your words carefully.
Terrible.
Oh, I really like that. Some very cool songs on there. Yeah. It's not on the level of By the Light of Northern Stars, but...
Tisn't. Shalab Polov, Hungary needs a tour show.
True.
That's absolutely true.
I mean, as soon as, you know, restrictions and European tour, la-di-da-di-da. So yeah, we'll be back in Hungary as well. This is going to happen.
This is a question we get every now and then from Jacqueline Crane. Do you plan to make a children merch? My son loves y'all. He's 10. Yeah, we've been thinking about that a lot, and we get this question every now and then. It will happen sooner or later. The provider we have, I think one of the reasons we didn't do this is that it wasn't that straightforward with our merch provider at the moment. But this is on our to-do list, and it will happen eventually. So stay tuned for that. I hope this was the booker of 70,000 tons, but I don't think so. Steve Minghini, hi guys, would you be open to playing 70,000 tons of metal if ever get back to normal?
What a question, dude.
Yeah. 70,000 tons of metal is my favorite festival ever. I think I can safely say. And we played there on the first one. We played there about every other one ever since. And I absolutely love it. I will go back there any chance I get.
In a heartbeat, definitely.
Soji asks on Twitch, I want to visit the Faroes. Is there something every tourist should experience? Yes, you should come during late February and go to the show on the 26th of February in Luxad, the tour show in the Faroes next year. And that's something you should experience. Apart from that, most people are very hyped about the nature there. And Tadeusz, maybe you want to say something about that as a foreigner.
Yeah. No, seriously. I mean, if you're into hiking in bleak and unpredictable weather, it's just perfect. No, seriously. I love to be there every time. Maybe you've seen some stuff on our Instagram feed. I mean, Heri and I, we were out climbing the highest peak in the Faroes and having some hikes here and there. So very beautiful.
Speaking of that,
place. Yes.
Let me show you something.
In your face, Edmund Hillary! Yeah! We did it!
Yep.
So that was.
I was like, what's happening?
That was me and Tadeusz on Slattertinter. I'm not sure. Was there any sound on? I wasn't in here at least.
No.
I said.
You had to tap the screen.
I said, in your face, Edmund Hillary. Edmund Hillary was the first guy, together with Tenzing Norgay, to climb Mount Everest.
Yeah.
That's not quite the same, but anyway.
Well, Slattertinter is 1/10 of the Mount Everest, so
it can kill you on a bad day, but
it wasn't
it was a medium
without
day.
risk. So, but you know.
No, it wasn't. A careless person could get hurt up there, definitely.
Yep.
Brittany says, you're not fat. You should see me from my worst angle on a bad day. I may not be morbidly obese, but I'm not in the best shape, definitely. Tadeusz keeps promising me we'll get back there, but we'll see.
We will. Come on.
Yes, we will. Mm-hmm. Matt Frank asks, what happened to the armor you wore from the Pagan Knights tour? Some of it was got lost, some got thrown away, but I think most of it I have in my mother's basement in the Faroes. Some leather and some chainmail and maybe a sword even. Yeah, I think I do have that. That was a nightmare to tour with, flying around with tens of kilos of overweight
chainmail
stuffed into a huge suitcase. And now we hardly have. We tour with like 3 boxes and that's it. It's been a constant struggle to minimize our equipment, and we now have it down to 1 computer on stage and 2 boxes, and it's been an ongoing nightmare, and chainmail is something I just wouldn't go back to if I got paid for it, unless you have all the money in the world to spend on it. It's more work than it's worth, and it's more money spent on overweight than it's worth, definitely. So at the level we're at right now, don't expect to see chainmail on stage again anytime soon. Lot of questions and comments coming in here. Davit Dolidze, do you know that you have listeners in Georgia country as well? Yes. Did receive a few messages, and we also had some visitors at shows in Siberia from Georgia, I believe.
True. Yes.
The last time we were there. So I'm aware that we have some
in
Georgia
Siberia,
listeners.
Maybe in Yaroslav. No, wasn't that?
Somewhere in Russia.
There?
For us Scandinavians, most of Russia is Siberia, but apparently that's not really accurate.
No.
So as soon as we get outside Moscow and St. Petersburg, I tend to call it Siberia, but that's not really right, I think.
We were even corrected when we had been to Vladivostok, and we thought that
if
was
that is
still
not Siberia, then what is?
Yeah, no, but no, that's the far eastern part of Russia. I think they call it Far Eastern Territory or something like that. I'm not sure about that, but it's not Siberia. But we have been to Siberia, Novosibirsk.
Yeah.
One of the coldest places I've ever been. I think it was minus 30 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, for me too.
Quite cold.
Johan Petur Dam asks, what is the Slovak guitar brand name again? I missed it. We did mention it. Gunnar and you, Tadeusz, I think, were talking about it.
Yes, I mentioned it just now. It's called Dovina. Dovina. It's Dowina. Dovina. They make very beautiful acoustic and electroacoustic guitars.
Oh, right. We were discussing guitar brands on some other either Tourcast or live stream, and you were talking
as well. Yeah.
About you and Gunnar were talking about something. I thought this was in relation to that, but it wasn't. Ignore everything I just said.
I already did.
Eddie asks, Heri, is that a forest on your shirt or really a hard to decipher black metal logo? Yep. It is definitely a metal logo. It is a band called Oak, Ash and Thorn from the US, and they have kindly, I think I got this t-shirt from them when they were supporting us on the tour, and I got some other
that was in Denver.
Nice merch from them. Denver, right.
I think it was.
They've been so kind as to send me some of their merch, and I like it a lot. So that's what I wear. But you really can't see what it says just by looking at it, which is very common for black metal bands. There's a nice German black metal band with an unreadable logo, and their name is Unlesbares Logo, unreadable logo. Everyone wants us to come to their place, their city, their country. Just list a few here, and we would come anywhere if we had the chance. But it's just not that easy. If you're so unfortunate as to be in a country that doesn't usually get metal bands, or in a city that they don't come by, your best shot is to just find the time to go to the show nearest you, because establishing the heavy metal infrastructure in an undeveloped city or country takes years, decades, and I've talked to many bookers and promoters about this. The fastest way to do it, if you're not satisfied with the choice of metal bands in your city, is to become a booker yourself.
Yeah,
but that is not for the faint of heart. I mean, it's hard work, and it's very difficult to make any money from it. So all I can say is travel more. I'm sorry, it's the best I can do for you. Unless you're in Brazil, we're gonna come to all the big cities in Brazil.
Yep. Just think about Kyrgyzstan. I mean, Arzeni was the only. I think he was the only booker there who actually brought foreign metal bands to the country. I think we were the fourth international metal band ever in Bishkek.
Yeah.
After Vader, Sepultura, Ectomorph.
Yeah.
These three, and then us. So yeah, become a booker.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
No,
No, it's not gonna be fun. It's gonna be
probably it's hard work.
horrendous
The
work.
people who do it really love metal, and they do it out of passion mostly. I've seen so many bookers that don't make money. It's their side job. They on the side they are maybe a lawyer or they have a high earning job on this well as a daytime job, and they do booking on the side. That's very common, very common. See some.
Gunnars asks if we are still going.
Oh,
yes. Let him know that
yes, we are. We have maybe 5 minutes left, maybe less. But we can get him on if he has the time. I'll answer him here. Maybe we can get an answer from him as well on something. Well, I go through the questions here. And here's another one. Come to our place. Marcela Villa on Facebook. What do you think of vinyl records for your albums? There are so many people asking to get everything on vinyl, and I'm all for it. But it's usually not up to us. It's been up to the label to decide what to produce, whatever is feasible. I myself don't buy vinyl. I don't know about you guys.
I absolutely do, and I would love to have the whole discography of two on vinyl.
Me too.
So you have a vinyl player, Hans?
Yeah, a great one. It's my mother's, but I'm free to use it always.
Yeah, I would like to have one. I like the technology and the feeling of it and everything. I've been traveling, moving a lot, and I hardly ever really got into buying CDs. I went straight from cassette to MP3. Waiting for Gunnar to join, but it doesn't look like he's here yet. Oh, there we are. Let's add Gunnar to the stream. This looks a bit awkward, but
hey, Guns.
Let's leave it up. Hello, Gunnar.
Am I there now?
You are there.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry about lateness. Better late than never.
No worries. We had a lot of interesting questions and discussions.
Here's to all people.
To...
Hello. What do you think of vinyl records? They're fucking awesome. We all vinyl records.
Gunnar, you are really the vinyl collector, I believe.
What's not to love? Come on. It's amazing.
You go hunting for vinyls when we're on tour.
And is that it?
No. Many more questions. I'm reading through them. You can chat on about vinyls while I find the next question for you.
I'm still here.
Hello.
I just have to do one moment.
Just a bit lagging.
Yeah, no. I know exactly what's here. Boop.
Yeah.
No, that was the wrong one. So
Gitai Kats asks on YouTube, any chance the recording with the Faroe Orchestra will come out as an album? Yes, Gitai, there's a very good chance for that. I would say it's very close to 100%, and it'll be released as a DVD, CD, and vinyl, and it'll be announced within a matter of weeks or months when and how it'll be released.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Oh yes.
I love that show, by the way.
That was the highlight so far, I think.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Here's one from Davit Dolidze. What do you recommend to drink at your concert? Strong drink.
Single malt whiskey.
I would not recommend any strong drink. I think the strongest drink I
This
would
is the best ever.
recommend is Diet Coke. Cold water. Cold water is the best.
So concerts, whiskey, of course, well-branded whiskey, yes, and vodka. If it's booze, drink it. It's good.
If it's booze, drink it.
Really, Gunnar? What would you be drinking at a show?
Probably this.
And what? As far as I can see, you're frozen. I'm not sure it's on my side or yours.
Oh, it's a Royal 0.0%. Hey, what can we do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Old farts.
Yeah.
Well, cheers to everybody out there. Somebody want to ask an intimate question? Go ahead, but not me.
Ask it of anyone but me. Here's an important question from MsFrost on YouTube. Tad, did you have a haircut?
I did. Yes. Yeah. What can I say? I mean, I had long hair down to my
the
arse
story is actually
for
the
the
story
last
is
25 years. So yeah, it's gonna grow back in a year or two. So no worries there.
no. What really happened, boys and girls out there? He got stuck in the door at his apartment, and there was not much to do. He lost his key, he couldn't
It
reach
was
for
the
it.
elevator.
They had
but,
to cut
you know.
it. Oh, yeah, it's a good story though.
True.
He looks
totally.
good, doesn't he?
Another one from Davit. Georgia is not Russia. I'm aware of that. We're not
Of
implying
course.
that Georgia is Russia. It's just that some Georgians came to Russia to our show. That's all. We are close to 50 minutes, and I'm sorry you joined so late, Gunnar. I'm very glad to see you. But
I'm sorry, but
I'm afraid we have to.
sometimes we have stuff to do.
Yeah, of course. But we're gonna have to cut this short. Or not short. We're gonna have to end it now, and Hans has to go back to work, I believe.
Yeah, and I'm also about to run out of battery. 5%.
Even worse. So thanks for hanging with us, everybody, and see you for the next live broadcast on the first Saturday of January at 5 p.m. Central European Time.
I hope I'll be there.
Hope so too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Chico.